What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I preserve my radishes. I went ahead and chopped them up in my food processor. I pickled a couple jars that are in the fridge. I'm doing a quick pickling method, and I will talk about that another point after I test them to see if I like them or not, and I want to share the recipe. So I got my water boiling. This is filtered water from the water pitcher. I have a cold water bath right here for when I'm done boiling them. I could strain them and then put them in the cold water to stop the cooking process. And then I am going to be vacuum sealing. So I'm just going to take the radishes, dump them in there. Get them all down in there. I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. Turn this heat down a little bit. And I will let them go for the 2 minutes and get back with you. So the timer is going off, obviously, and I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about why you would want to boil radishes before you freeze them. I don't believe you have to do it, but it kills off enzymes that make it taste different, and evidently they taste better if you cook off those enzymes first. So now I'm going to drain them. Shake them out. That hot water out, and then into the cool water bath they go. Let that sit there for a few minutes, let it get cooled off, stop the cooking process. Alright, the cooking process has slowed down. It's lukewarm in there now. It's better to do it if you have ice, but I don't have any ice made up or anything like that, so I'm just doing what I can, and it turns out fine. So now I'm going to prepare some bags with my vacuum sealer. I just have a Saluo, or however you say that. I don't know if I can see it on camera. I got this on Amazon for $30. No, I thought it came with one of those jar setups too, but this one does not. But $30 on Amazon, and I'm using regular Food Saver bags that you could get from a big box store or buy online. This set does come with some bags, but my mom gave me these because she got a Food Saver from the Goodwill and it didn't work right. So I said, well, I got this one, you can borrow it when I'm not using it. And yeah, so she just gave me the bags. So now I'm just going to push the seal button. And then when the light goes off, it's done. Click the sides to open it. And you could cut the bags to whatever size you prefer. Now you're going to want to consider that you're going to want to leave some space in there. So that way, when you put the ending in here to vacuum seal it out, that it'll actually fit and you won't have to try to cram all your vegetables down below or whatever. So that's just something to consider. I'll show you what I'm talking about later. Okay, I made up my bags. I happen to make mine about this big. I'm not sure if the kids like roasted radishes yet, but me and Ryan do. So we're making them in those size bags for now. I'll stuff my radishes in here. They're still a bit wet, and I'm sure I'll have a mess to clean up, but I'm just ready to get these in the freezer at this point. I always try to make a little bit extra bags too, because I can always save those bags for next time whenever I'm vacuum sealing something. Whatever I don't get vacuum sealed today, I can always make for dinner tonight. Saves us from having to go grocery shopping. Okay. And you want to get that, I don't know if you could see this or not. Let me get this closer. There's a little well in there, and you want to aim the opening down into that well, and then this part is where it actually seals. So I'm going to put it on the moist setting. Right now it says dry. I'm going to click moist. That way it leaves a little room around the radishes because of all the water. I'm sure I'll still have a mess to clean up in that well like I was talking about. We'll hit vacuum seal. See all the water starting to go up? Sounds like a mess. Waiting on the light to stop blinking, and then it's done. And usually I seal twice just to make sure it's sealed really good. So I'll set this down. Yeah. Look at that mess. Look at all that water in there. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm going to go ahead and seal this twice. It's not really hurting the machine or anything. It's just super annoying, and I don't think it'll vacuum out as good if I don't get it out of there. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit seal again, do a double seal. You can hear it sizzling, that water. Alright, I am satisfied. See my two nice seals? Yep. Now it's cleanup time. I usually don't get all of the water out because obviously I'm kind of fighting an uphill battle. If I had more patience and let that drain out better or dry up better, it wouldn't have been so bad, obviously, but I've got things to do. Looks like I'm going to be bagging up all these radishes. A lot of them got thrown out because I think they sat in the ground too long. They were splitting. Some of them were getting rotten spots on them, and I honestly should have succession planted these. That way I didn't have all of these radishes coming up at once. But that's okay. They will not go to waste. I'll put them in the compost, and they will be recycled right back into the garden. So, gotta look at the bright side of things. At least I have more composting material. And a bunch of vitamins to throw back in. Okay, it is done. And that is it. That's all it takes. And like I said, lesson learned for next time. I should have succession sowed my radishes. I really should have done it like 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. That way I wasn't overwhelmed and ended up with a bunch of radishes that are just going to the compost. But at the same time, yeah, I have a bag full of stuff ready to go to the compost. I learned a lesson, and that's okay. So it wasn't a total failure. Okay, we all learn along the way. And so don't ever get upset with yourself if things don't turn out as planned or if you make mistakes, because I do it all the time. And that's the only way we can learn, is if we experience ourselves or watch other people do it, like me. And you could pick on me for it too, that's all right. So I will show you my pickled radishes, and maybe tomorrow we'll have a taste test. This recipe I found online. It called for mustard seed, bay leaf, some crushed red pepper if you prefer, half vinegar, half water ratio for the brine. Actually, it'd be like 1 part sugar, 1 part water, 1 part vinegar. I use erythritol as a sugar because I eat low carb typically. And then let me show you the spice blend I found at Rural King that I bought and thought I'd give a go. So I found this Mrs. Wages pickled okra and vegetables seasoning mix at Rural King. It was like $2.79 I think for this bag. And it doesn't say what the ingredients are. Just salt, maltodextrin, spice, natural flavor. Then it gives you a little water bath canning recipe on the back too. For pickled okra and vegetables, it gives you the whole recipe for that. And then down here, it'll tell you how to pickle it. I guess I was reading down here earlier and not up here. That's why I said that backwards, come to think about it, looking at this packaging. But yeah, I decided to put a little bit of spices in there just to see how it goes. I'll taste test it tomorrow and we'll put it up there. And then I'll share it further down how I done it. And yeah, so I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, it's the next day. I just got off work and we're going to test out these pickled radishes that I made. Like I said, I followed the recipe on the back of the Mrs. Wages little pickled okra and vegetable spice pack that I bought at Rural King for $2.79. And so now we're going to try it. And look how the brine turned out, all red. I think it's kind of neat. Here's a small one. Yeah, that's pretty good. I would definitely consider putting this in salads or on sandwiches and stuff. It's pretty stinking good. It's not really peppery anymore, but you still have that radish taste and crunch without the pepperiness. I bet these are going to be way better, like pickled for a full week in the refrigerator. I gotta get another bite. This is good. Look, it's a white icicle radish that turned pink, purpley. I really like that. So I got more, I'm talking with my mouth full. I got more radishes in the deep freezer, and I'll go ahead and show you that. And I will show again the back of the packaging of the Mrs. Wages okra and vegetable pickling mix that I picked up, and I'll show you the erythritol package that I used. I bought it from Aldi's, I believe. I usually grocery shop at either Kroger or Aldi's. So I'll show you. So down here's all my radishes that I got. Like I said, I would have had twice the amount of radishes. Well, maybe not twice, but at least another 3 or 4 packages of radishes, but I didn't succession sow and whatever. So yeah, I got packages and packages of radishes. I'm either going to roast them or pickle them. I'm going to grow more radishes in the fall, winter time since radishes love the cold so much. I think it's worth a good shot trying. So here's the erythritol blend that I bought. 0 calorie sugar substitute. It's keto friendly. When you read the back of the packaging, don't be scared because it says carbs 8. What it says, it's no sugar in it. The erythritol is 8 grams. That's where your carbohydrate is coming from. It's kind of like your fiber. Your fiber, it does not count as a carb per se because your body doesn't digest it. It actually just runs through. That's what cleans your system out. So I do use a lot of sugar substitute, and I'm not a Splenda fan. I am not a stevia fan. I don't like sweet and low. So I either like erythritol or xylitol for my sugar substitutes. And then the pickled okra and vegetables. This is what the package looks like. I'll have to look it up. It's a simple pickled radish recipe, and all I did was swap out the spices from what they said because they asked for mustard seed, bay leaf, crushed red peppers, and I just said, well, we're going to put this in instead. If I cannot find it, I know exactly what the recipe is. It's 1 part sugar, 1 part water, 1 part white vinegar. Or you could use apple cider vinegar. I used white vinegar because I've got like 1 1/4 gallons of it for now. So that's what I did. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something, and I hope you give radishes a good go. Do not underestimate the power of the radish. And I'll tell you what, I love you and so does Jesus. God bless.